When the chick gets fresh with you or cops an attitude, cut her off. Go no contact. Freeze her out. One of the most powerful moves you can ever make while dealing with women or having a rotation, or even if you're dealing with one girl, you're monogamous and so forth. One of the biggest power moves you can ever do is to cut the chick off, cut your girl off, go no contact, freeze her out, especially whenever she disrespects you. That is one of the ways in which you want to handle disrespect. All right. And the girl, like I said, if done correctly, meaning you freeze her out correctly, you go no contact, you ignore her correctly, she will come crawling back on her hands and knees. But bear in mind, women will never apologize. They would never come crawling back, kiss the ring, and say, you know what, I'm sorry. I was out of pocket. I was out of hand. I should have never said that. They're not going to do that. As the godfather, Kevin Samuels, used to say, they will send you a text and go, hey, big head. In other words, they're going to send you a message which totally ignores what they had done prior that caused the freeze out or the no contact. They're not going to acknowledge that. They're just going to pretend as though nothing happened. So, freeze outs, very powerful. I'm going to give you a pertinent example right now of a chick who's in my rotation. And she had said something that really irked me. She passed her place. She was out of hand. And I had to go no contact. I had to freeze her out. I had to cut her off, knowing she will ultimately come crawling back sooner or later. Quick backstory. She had asked me for some money, a handsome sum of money. I denied her. So this is where it stemmed from. So she said to me, Kenny, did I tell you I was going to purchase something? And she said that to say because when she first threw the idea at me, I'm like, no. I mean, first of all, what are you going to even purchase with the money that you're asking me for? So that is where she said, Kenny, did I tell you I was going to purchase something? It's okay. You don't have to. So that was on the 26th of January this year. I ignored her message. She sent another one, Kenny, me, yes? She video called me. I ignored it. So I said to her, and again, this is just me being hyperbolic. I said, you effing hung up. She said, excuse me, who the F you think you're talking to? I said, I was just asking. You don't have to get all crazy on me. She said, I'm not in the mood. Guys, I never take women seriously. You know, you already know that by now. But I like to give them the little impression that they have more power than they actually have. So that is why I went into the I was just asking. You don't have to get all crazy on me. You know, it's a little playful banter. I want to make you think you're more powerful than you actually are. So she went on to say, how will I pay it? And that is in reference to what she wanted the money for. I ignored her. So she's like, if you wish to stop talking, it's up to you. So in other words, she's trying to pull my bluff. She's trying to pull my card. Meaning, if you don't have anything to say, it's cool. So she's, in other words, trying to say she's gonna cut me off. Or she's okay if I cut her off or I stop talking to her. She's okay with that. Which is all cap, is just a bluff. She doesn't believe that I'm capable of just cold turkey cutting her off. They never think you're capable of that until you actually do it. I ignored her. And that was on January 26th. I said nothing to her. On February 9th, which was my birthday, she contacted me. Happy birthday. I ignored her. And this was about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks later. I never contacted her for a week and a half, 2 weeks. So she sent me happy birthday. I ignored her. Now she hits me up Thursday, and this is this week, and this is damn near what? 2 months later. 2 months, no contact. I froze her out, went no contact, didn't message, text, or call her for 2 months straight. And here she is crawling back. So on Thursday, I got 2 missed calls from her. So I'm like, what is this chick? why is she calling me? That's what I said to myself. Why is she calling me? I mean, we haven't spoken in 2 months. I mean, she said to me, well, if you want to stop talking to me, you can. So I'm like, okay, well, okay, cool. You want to call my bluff? So 2 months, no contact. I'm like, why is she calling me? So she says, hi, wasn't I the one that called? I'm like, anyway, you called me. What did you want to say? She's like, I'm just checking on you. So, guys, that is the equivalent of what Kevin Samuels used to call the hey, big head text. This is an example of it. I was just checking on you. Really, girl? You were just checking on me? That's why you messaged me? Or was it that you actually miss me and that you actually didn't think I had the testicular fortitude or the balls to actually go no contact and freeze you out? As a girl who's in my rotation, whom I regularly have, you know, dealings with. And here's the thing, guys. Women never think as a guy you can actually cut them off. Because in their minds, they are the ultimate prize or the prize overall. So no guy can ever dismiss them. No guy can ever cut them off, reject them, so on and so forth. When you are that guy who can actually disprove that and show them, yeah, you don't know who you're messing with, girl, that gets them turned on a ton. And they will come back crawling on their hands and knees. So after she said she's just checking on me after 2 months of me not contacting her. So I'm like, okay, that sounds flattering. She's like, wow. Hi. I pretty much didn't have much to say to her. And that's how you want to do it, guys. You want to keep it limited, very brief. Whenever a chick comes back into your life after you had froze her out and gone no contact, you keep things brief. You don't get all elaborate and say, oh yeah, I missed you. I was waiting. I was wondering when you were going to contact me. I was thinking about you. Oh, how are you doing? How's life? No. Simple one worder. Nice. Wow. Flattering. Keep it simple. So she messaged me Friday. No, that was yesterday. What am I thinking, man? Friday was yesterday. She's like, good morning. How are you? I'm like, just heading to work. So, guys, this is a woman's attempt at crawling back into the good graces of a guy who successfully froze them out. Guys, you have to be able to put women on ice whenever they do stuff that is unbecoming or even just disrespectful. Do not give them the liberty of crossing you without receiving punishment as a recompense. All right? In other words, when they act up, punish them by falling back. Go no contact. I know it's harder said than done. Guys, I know it. I've been there. I've done that. I know it's tough to do. But when you have a rotation, when you have numerous girls whom you're entertaining, whom you're speaking with, or you're dealing with, no one particular girl becomes bigger than the program. But when you're only dealing with one, you're only focused on one, going no contact and freezing her out after disrespect becomes almost impossible to execute with no difficulties. When you have a rotation and you keep your options open and you're dealing with numerous women, you can freeze out the ones who are not playing ball or the ones who are being difficult and disrespectful. So that is the takeaway lesson I want you guys to take away from this video. When a girl gets disrespectful, for whatever reason it might be, it doesn't matter. You give them the ultimate payback by falling back. Make sure you give them the reality check, which is that I am the prize as the man. Like I said, you don't say this, you just do it. I'm going to freeze you out. You're not going to exist to me. And they will come crawling back as she did. Like I said, they would never apologize. They would never take accountability for what they had done that caused you to go ghost. But it doesn't matter. You shouldn't even, don't be preoccupied with that. It's not about the apology. The fact that they came back is, in essence, the apology. And now you can proceed, get them back in your good graces in your rotation, and the game continues. Quick little note. One of the ways that I was able to achieve my ultimate objective, at least with this girl, which was to have her come crawling back, was I haunted her periphery. This is a saying that I coined. Haunt the girl's periphery, her peripheral vision. So, in other words, you post stuff on your story, and let's say she's following you, she's in your friend list, whatever the case is. And this is why you shouldn't really block girls, especially a girl whom you are dealing with. You don't really want to block them. There are times when it's ideal, but in most cases, you don't want to block them. You want to haunt them by having them view your stories or your posts, your statuses. And in my book on how to get your ex back, this is a book that I had written, I had published many years ago. I think this is back in 2015. I had a chapter in there which was called Haunt the Girl's Periphery. So, in other words, if you're on WhatsApp, Facebook, any social media site, and the girl can see your stories, she's liable of checking your stuff out. You want to post things that she's likely to see. Whether that be you are enjoying yourself, enjoying life, you're out having fun with other girls, having fun with the guys, that's what you want to do. The last thing you want to communicate is that you are moping over her. You are sad over her. You are distraught. You are stressed because of her, because she fell back, or because you have had to fall back. Even if she were the one who froze you out and went no contact, the last thing you want her to see is you sad, moping, depressed, and down and out. So you haunt her periphery, you haunt her by posting stuff on your story, which shows that you are A-OK, you're doing good, everything is normal, and you're even exceeding what you previously had been doing. You're doing better at everything. More chicks, more life, hitting the gym more money, whatever it may be. That's gonna reel her back in. And this applies to an ex or just someone whom you're dealing with. This is all applicable. It will haunt them and they will want to get back in your good graces. What is not gonna enable this is if you're moping, sad, weeping, and posting some sob story ass statuses. That's not gonna get the girl to come back. You want her to see you having fun, enjoying life, having drinks, out at the bar, out at the club, just doing your thing. That's gonna get her to come crawling back. And that's what I did with her.